set. We are at a tie match at the top. Double gen pop to avoid the deadlock. They do go down. There is a haste status effect. They do have to be careful here. The hatch is going to spawn momentarily. Dead Hard could get them the distance to get it too.
Really smart play on the ace. Oh my god, getting shot through the window.
No longer have distortion, and they are going to teleport here. I think they get there in time. Yes!
Holy crap, yes!
Oh my god!
That is disappointing. This is be a 4-man out because...
Yeah, but they will be able to block this. Yo, getting caught on that. Ace coming with the body block. Oh, they were here.
Hey, what is up, guys? It's Giltspire here, and welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are here today for the first match of Group B, Round 1, hosted by yours truly, where we are going to be seeing How Do We Get Here versus Atmosfer, with Atmosfer killing first on the Blood Lodge as the Vommy Mommy herself, the Plague. We are loading up here in just one moment. It is going to be quite the interesting season, I do believe, and hopefully all are hyped for it today. As I see already, we got a hype train going, so very exciting stuff to kick off set number 1, trial number 1 of round number 1. All the number 1s you can think of. But with that being said, we are going to be loading right on up here in just a second, maybe. You know, DBD just doing DBD things. Taking a while to load up while console kind of catches up to the PCs of the world. One day we'll get an optimization patch on consoles, but today is not that day. However, we are in and ready to go as we see Nezo on the Plague, and we do see them vomited on these generators right away, getting a little bit of information, or at least attempting to do so, and pressure the survivors off of gens. Realistically speaking, survivors against Plague really should just take their time and wait out Corrupt Intervention. However, we do see some scratch marks here right off the bat that there is a Feng Min Liz there on the LT wall, as well as additional scratch marks. We do see a bit of mind game there, and here a bit of bamboozling, as Liz will narrowly dodge that initial vomit. Plague going for the kill as they pick up their corrupted purge. Meg out in the middle of nowhere, taking an M1 hit, surprisingly, and vaulting into the shack. This, however, very dangerous, as we do once again hear that bamboozle. No pallet down. Meg currently in chase, going towards the middle. Corrupt only halfway over, and Plague's power with plenty of time. Meg narrowly dodging the Corrupt Purge, but will she be able to do it again? Not this time, as Meg will end up going down for the first hook of this match. Very good start here. Only about 50%, 75% of Corrupt Intervention used. As far as the Plague's power, only 50% left before they run out. Claudette, though, now in chase. Plague going for an extra long vomit, unable to get the hit. Going back to the hook now, and we do see the quick unhook. However, Meg back in chase. Unless there's a true BT, I do not think the Meg will outweigh the Plague's power. Even then, things are looking quite dicey as Meg will go back down. Survivors playing a little bit risky there, I do believe, as they went for a unhook while Plague's power was still active. The best thing that they possibly could have done would have to wait out the Plague's corrupt purge. Meg, though, now on their second hook, 1 gen completed. We did see a corrupted gen earlier, that there being Deadlock, and we will see this gen highlighted in yellow. Could be Eruption, could be Colubrine, only time will tell. And with that, the survivors should be keenly aware of all 4 perks that the Plague has. Bamboozle, Deadlock, Colubrine or Eruption, and of course, Corrupt Intervention. Plague taking time though, as they do see scratch marks and the unhook. Nia trying to grab the Plague's attention. However, Plague not given a care in the world. Meg with some unorthodox pathing here, not going to a pallet whatsoever. Plague already knowing that there is no decisive strike, and Meg will be sent back to the campfire as the first survivor out of this match. Survivors in a dire situation here, as they have yet to get a second gen finished. We do see Colubrine activating there. Nia about to get infected once again in a bit of the middle of nowhere. Second gen completed. Deadlock is activated. Once again, some very unorthodox pathing here, as there's a pallet right there next to these survivors. However, they are not utilizing them for whatever reason that there might be. And we will see our third hook here against How Do We Get Here survivor team. Nerdette not only on the hook, but fully broken from Plague's vomit there. And we will see Colubrine once again apply to that gen. One thing to keep in mind is that the combination of Deadlock and Scourge Hook Pain Resonance has been banned, so you now do have to actually kick the 99 gen. We have yet to see that strategy come into play this match, though we will see Claudette get pushed off of that gen there with another purge. Claudette, not deterred by it, will jump back on the gen. Survivors being very bold here, knowing they have to go big or go home with 1 survivor out of the match. Plague dropping chase, not going for the tunnel out this time round. Will go for the bamboozle instead on the shack, and now going for the Claudette. Claudette here at this tile. Plague gonna take her time and break the pallet here. Not getting the full infection on the Claudette just yet. Claudette now moving to the crane, trying to get a bit of a god pallet between them and the Plague. Plague, though, opting to drop chase entirely and instead going to be checking their gens. Claudette will now be fully broken. Nerdette, the Nia, still broken, has yet to cleanse. And I do believe that we hear the Nia here as the 3rd gen is completed. These survivors not going down without a fight. Plague going to bamboozle, blocking off that window. Nerdette having to find something quick. Here's a pallet on a very unsafe tile, unfortunately taking the short side, and will get out mind gamed by the Plague, as they will go up on the hook for the 2nd time. Right now, Plague in a pretty good position. Those survivors definitely not out of it as of yet. Plague seemingly going for the corrupt purge here, as there's nothing else to do, and this is where things can get quite spicy. If the survivors do not play around this corrupt purge, this here might be the end of it all. Jennifer here is infected, suggesting that the Claudette may have been nearby. Plague approaching the shack. Jen still regressing, and they see blood. That there is the broken Claudette. Plague with a very early vault, and Claudette almost getting caught out there, but just barely. Corrupt Purge only halfway over. Claudette trying desperately to get the stun, unable to do so though. However, dodging the Corrupt Purge and allowing themselves to get a little bit of distance here, as we do see the unhook by the Feng Min. Plague going for long range, Vomit unable to get the hit, and it looks like the Plague will end up dropping chase as they find the Nia out of nowhere. Jen not even 99. Nia playing a very dangerous game here as we do see the Claudette cleanse themselves, but looks like Nia will be going down to the basement, and I believe that there is for the last time as they will be sent back to the campfire via the entity. 2 survivors left and 2 gens remaining. Are these survivors out of the match? Only time will tell. Plague is no longer in their corrupt purge. Will once again hit the gen with a call of brine. We do see the Claudette over there faking the tap on the gen, as we do instead see a fully infected Feng Min on this gen. Plague prioritizing the kick on it. Feng Min attempting to bring the Plague away. They do not have a lot going for them here. There's the LT wall. Feng Min not looking behind her. No life either. They will end up going down at the T-wall. And Plague may well go for the slug play here. Though, looks like they are instead going to check their gens, a little bit concerned about the Claudette getting this last generator. Even contemplating sitting here watching the gens as they regress with a corrupt purge not too far away. Keep in mind, we have yet to see an Unbreakable or Deliverance yet in this match, so it's not outside the realm possibility that these survivors have some tricks in their pocket. Jennifer here still regressing, a whole lot of nothing going on. These gens are in a great position for this Plague, pretty much a 4-gen here. Feng Min just waiting, potentially a bleed out if the Plague is not careful, though I think they may have caught a glimpse of the Claudette at the shack, though maybe not. Though Claudette right there, sure enough, scratch marks giving it away. Claudette with the attempted body block, and Feng Min going down once again. Now it is only a matter of time before the Claudette is broken and this game is over. Survivors fought valiantly. However, this does seem to be the makings of a 4K for the Plague. However, another 2 minutes on the ground and the Feng Min Liz will end up bleeding out, robbing the Plague of 3 points. We do see Claudette doing a very good job here in chase. However, Bamboozle going to give the Plague a lot of distance, forcing the Claudette to drop the pallet, moving away a little bit early, though. Plague getting faked out on the mind game. Claudette going to be without any resources here, though will end up getting to the next tile. Feng Min officially on the ground for a full 2 minutes. 2 minutes ago, and the Feng Min will bleed out. If the Claudette is able to hold this chase for another 2 minutes, that will rob the Plague of 3 points. That will be huge for the upcoming trial number 2. Claudette trying desperately to get back to this pallet, will fake it. Plague currently Bloodlust 2'd. Plague trying to go for a mind game. Claudette trying to get back to this pallet, will vault it, will vault back. Plague on Bloodlust 3 now. Claudette getting back to the window. Plague with the Bamboozle. Liz only has less than a minute left before they bleed out. There is a lot of room for error here on the Plague's end. The Feng Min has a lot of time, or had a lot of time on the ground to move somewhere. The Plague may not be able to find them. Keep in mind, we also have not seen Deliverance, so there's a possibility of a Deliverance play here as well by the Claudette, which would give the Feng Min some additional time to bleed out on the ground. So, very interesting stuff indeed here. So far, no sign of the Feng Min. About 30 seconds left for the Feng Min to bleed out. Plague looking desperately to try and claim these additional 3 points from the Feng Min. So far, though, no sign of them, and the bleed out timer is a ticking down. Though, hold up. I heard something the plague did too. Time's a ticking, and there she is. Talk about a close call indeed. But that there will be the end of trial number 1. Atmosfer versus How Do We Get Here. And that there will be a full 24 points in Atmosfer's favor to 6 points for How Do We Get Here's Survivor team. We are going to be switching sides now, where we're going to be seeing How Do We Get Here play the Twins against Atmosfer's Survivor team. But with that being said, as we wait for the entity to claim their victims, we are going to take a quick break in just one moment. As a reminder though, yes, you here today are our sponsors. So all the ads that you watch, all the bits that you tip, all the subs that you buy, go to supporting Champions of the Fog and our $250 prize pool for Group B. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit. All right, and we are back. This time, how do we get here's Killer versus Atmosfer's Survivor team. We are once again going back to the Blood Lodge, and if the music wasn't enough of an indicator, we are going to be seeing, oh my gosh, playing the twins. So get ready for some Victor and Charlotte going to be chasing around these survivors around the map. And gonna be interesting to see here if they are able to keep up with the volume mama herself, the Plague, as this killer is gonna need to get a 4K with 3 gens completed to draw this set, or a 4K at 2 generators completed in order to claim victory. Without further ado, we are jumping right on in. And we are seeing a bit of corrupt intervention. So far, no sign of the survivors, though the spawn logic is pretty clean on this map. Just comes down to what corner they spawn in. So far, no sign, though it does seem like some crows may have been disturbed over here on the left-hand side. That there is the Claudette, it would seem. A bit of a mind game attempt there from the twins, unable to make up any distance. Victor coming out quite speedy with that toenail there, and a bit of a mind game as they will land the hit on the Claudette, as we also do see another survivor here as well, potentially trying to come in for the body blocks. Claudette trying to make their way towards the main building. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do so, though, as Bill right behind trying to get the body block, and Claudette will end up going down here. Survivors, though, not going to go down without a fight, as Bill does have a flashlight in hand. Victor with the pounce, but the miss, the tire saving Bill, and that there will be the crush. Survivor trying to make the twins look a certain way in order to get that flashlight save. Unable to do so, though, as the twins will end up picking a Claudette up for the first hook of this match. Looks like we will be seeing the first hook here, and a Scourge hook Pain Residence out there in the distance. Also, something to note, these survivors are keenly aware of the existence of thanatophobia, slowing things down ever so slightly with one survivor currently injured. I believe it's what now, 2% per survivor injured on hook or dying, and then with all 4 it then bumps up to that 22.5%. So far, no sign of survivors, and it looks like the twins will be attempting a bit of a camp out here. Keep in mind, no deadlock this time round, as we do see the Nia trying to come in here, either going for a 1-for-1 trade, or no one's here for the unhook. Adam coming in for the unhook, though. Unfortunately, unable to get the progression to second stage. Claudette looks like they're going for a bit of a balanced landing. Will end up getting a little bit of distance as they do move into the main building. 3 survivors currently injured. Victor coming back out. Really unfortunate there for the twins, as they lost a lot of valuable pressure there, as the survivor did not move to second stage. Keep in mind, there is a Claudette still here in the wings for another down. Victor trying to get a sense to where they are. Will end up finding them. Toy Sword coming to play here, and we will see the double down here on these survivors. This is a huge power play for the twins, as we do see Bill coming in, only healthy survivor, but the missed pounce, unable to get the hits. Victor's still on Bill. There is the pallet drop, but now with Bill carrying Victor, he is unable to get the pickup. This could be huge, as all 4 survivors are currently injured. Another set of scratch marks, potentially the Atom here. No flashlight save, and Claudette will be moving onto the hook once again. Do keep in mind, Nia has not been picked up either. So it is possible that we will see another pickup here. And looks like it's Bill and Adam over there. Bill either not able or just not taking Victor off his back, it would seem. Two survivors back to back in a pretty good position, all things considered, as these hooks are right next to one another. It looked like things were slipping through the fingers of the twins, but this match has definitely taken a turn for the worst for these survivors. Are all four are injured, 2 on the hook, 30 seconds left on the Claudette's hook as we speak. Looks like Victor going to act as a bit of sentry here, acting as a bit of radar, allowing the twins to move a little bit further out. Both survivors currently healed. Adam trying to come on in for the 1-for-1 trade, ignoring the unhook in the back, and we will see a grab cancel there. Time is ticking down, but looks like Adam will get the unhook. No, looks like instead we see Nia get it. Surprising that the twins did not go for the down as BT does get deactivated. However, Claudette here will end up getting hit. No crush though from the Claudette, trying to take some distance here on that BT hit. The tree gonna be used as a blocker here. Twins trying to get the down. There it is, and another gen completed. These survivors trying to bring things back into their favor. Only time will tell if that is a possibility. We will see Claudette get picked up for the final time. No killer instinct, indicating that Bill is not around with that flashlight in hand. And I believe this here will be another Scourge Choke Pain Resonance. It is now do or die time for the twins, as if they get a 4K here and now, they will claim set number 1 for their team. However, if they do allow another gen to complete it, the best they can hope for is for a tie game. Keep in mind, it looks like the survivors have fully healed at this point in time. They did hear that Bill was on a gen earlier on a Scourge Choke Pain Resonance, but not really defending their gens here. This is, in my opinion, a bit of a mistake, though they will get the pounce on the Nia very cleanly through the LT wall. But they're not they're defending the 3 gen. So it looks like maybe they're hoping to get as many points as possible. Looks like maybe a bit of a 4 gen as well, if that gen back there in the corner. The thing is, if they give up this gen back there over by Shaq, that will force a tie set at the very least. I think the twins here playing a little bit too passively, at least in my personal opinion, as we now see them going for the Nia here as they do approach this LT wall. Nia trying to make some distance, unable to get anywhere though, going into their comp corner. And looks like now this will be the second hook here for Nia. Keep in mind, survivors not aware of what the 4th perk is so far. The twins have not shown it. Another Scourge Choke Pain Resonance, regressing the most progressed gen by 15%. The twins will have to go out quickly and identify what gens these survivors are working on. However, doesn't seem that the twins has any sign of them. We do see that unhook there. Looks like the twins will attempt to go for the tunnel out on the Nia. They do see the build. There's Nia with a bit of distance, but dropping chase randomly. There is no BT in Season 5 of Champions of the Fog. So all they have to do is wait those 10 seconds, but opting not to. Instead, going to be chasing the Adam here. Bit of a vault there on the T-wall. Attempted mind game, but will it work in their favor? Doesn't appear to do so, as they will be getting to the L-wall. This will be a swing and a hit. However, I'm doubtful that they're going to be able to follow up, as Adam will make a lot of good distance here, and we will find the Bill out in the middle of nowhere, trying to get into the locker, but unable to do so in time. This could be huge for the twins if they're able to get this down quickly. Sure enough, there's the Bill. Bit of a mind game there at the pallet. However, Bill keeping their corner and trying to make good use of it. There will be the pallet break and the continued chase. Not a lot in the way of resources here for the Bill to work with. Twins trying to figure out where they're going, but losing a bit of distance there on that mind game. And Bill will go down in the corner as we will see another hook, and I believe a fresh hook here for Bill. Question is, what do the gens look like as we speak? Both Nia and Adam fully healed, could be doubling up on that gen in the distance. Another 15% regression, roughly, I believe that's what, 13.5 seconds off of the gen. Looks like Twins gonna be trying to get the gen in time. Another 10% regression on that skill check miss. And we will see the Twins for the first time kick a gen, highlighting it in yellow. Could be Eruption, could be Call of Brian, only time will tell. Though looks like Twins gonna be taking their time here and opting to go around kicking the gens to regress them further. So very interesting plays here, as this is the first time, like I said, that we've seen Eruption. Looks like they will be going for Bill, but dropping Chase, knowing Bill might go into a locker to try and slow things down. Vic on the prowl, and looks like they're going to be going for the gen over here, which does have a bit of progress and a Nia to boot. The pounce will land and Nia will be caught out. However, there's not a lot the Twins can do to get the down in a quick manner. However, seeing both the Nia and the Bill here is pretty huge, as Bill and Nia are off of gens, leaving Adam by his lonesome as we speak. Bill, though, taking the Twins over to Shaq. This is a bit of a dangerous chase, as we have yet to see a chase happen here, meaning that God Pallet is still available for the Twins. Twins trying desperately to make this chase as short as possible, but Bill will end up vaulting into the Twins. We will see a 10% regression there from Eruption on the down, and another potential Scourge Hook incoming. Twins might be able to bring this back. It was looking a bit grim for quite some time, but with another Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, this might be what the Twins needs. 10% regression there on the gen, out in the distance, excuse me. That'll be 9 seconds off the generator. Will it be enough for the Twins to get there in a timely fashion? Another 10% off the generator, almost complete. Nia injured on top of which. Twins mind gaming themselves there, as there is no pallet. LT wall incoming, and I do believe we might see a Adam come in to finish that generator off in the distance. A bit of a mind game attempt. Nia on the L wall, not falling for the mind games here. Bill still on the hook. A late swing from the Twins, losing a lot of distance as they are bloodless too now. Nia trying to get into the main building, and there it is. That there will be the final gen that these survivors needed in order to claim victory in set number 1. Bill used himself as a sacrifice, quite literally, and Twins just taking too much time on this chase, as they will get the third down here on the Nia. So, realistically speaking, really well played by both Twins and the survivors alike, but that there will be the victory for the survivors no matter what. Even if the Twins were to slug for the 4K here and successfully get it, they will lose by a singular generator. With that in mind, you know, biggest thing I can really think of here is the fact that the Twins did not use Eruption to its fullest throughout the match. We did not see them kicking gens very often. Thanatophobia, though it got a lot of good value towards that power play by the Twins, later on the match, it did not get much, if any, value in my opinion. So it'll be interesting to see here what this killer will be thinking back when they look back at this VOD, but Twins trying to do the due diligence, taking a look at the lockers in Shack. Realistically speaking, the Twins, though, I appreciate the valiant effort here and the very detailed, thorough look throughout the Shack. I think cooking here and securing the 3K is probably the best they can ask for. For those who are not aware of our rule change in Season 5, we are now moving to a best of 3 scenario. So match points, unless there is a draw, really does not mean much, if anything. Keep in mind, Nia is actually about to bleed out here soon, though I don't think Adam has been hooked at all. So bleeding out the Nia will give them full points of 1 point in favor of the Twins. No point lost there. Maybe what the Twins is considering as they do search for the Adam here. Twins still going to keep Victor very close by, trying to secure the 4K. Less than 30 seconds on the clock for Nia's bleed out. Moments like this makes you wonder, with the potential Unbreakable update coming in the future, this type of situation will be avoided, as survivors will be able to pick themselves up in some way, shape, or form. Though I think that there needs to be a lot of changes for that to happen. You know, I do see some value in it. Scratch marks there right in front of the Twins. Adam was here for the hatch escape, however, unable to get it. Twins with the attempted mind game, unsuccessful in doing so, though. Looks like this last chase will be had at the Shack, and we will see Adam vaulting the window. A mind game from the Twins, but unsuccessful in gaining any distance, as Adam will once again go for the window, this time taking a hit and moving to the next tile, as EGC will count down, ending this chase one way or another. Twins, though, losing the trail as Adam will move towards the exit gate. Thankfully for the Twins, catching back up on them, avoiding the potential last-minute escape by the Adam, denying the Twins 6 points. Victor, unfortunately, resetting at the worst of times, as they were going to be right there in front of Adam. Adam trying to get to the vault here, extended chase. Though EGC is counting down, it looks like this match will come to a close very shortly, as we have roughly 30 seconds left. Adam doing a fantastic job in chase, though, as Victor will be brought out. Charlotte trying to body block the window there. Adam not falling for the pallet drop. Will be going for it here. No pallet drop, toy sword, and the pounce above it. Nicely done there. And Adam will be down for the final chase. So amazing job here for the Twins with the 4K at 4 gens completed. Unfortunately, just a little bit short of the draw. So Atmosfer will take set number 1. And we will see how do we get Here's Killer playing once again in set number 2. This time on Gas 7. And we will be seeing the artist herself and her Dire Crows against Atmosfer's Survivor team. With that being said, we are going to take a quick break, but before we do, I do want to remind everyone here today that we are actually partnered with Pugdom. For those who have not done so, definitely make sure to check them out. They will be hosting the second half of Group B and all their matches throughout the week, so make sure to stop by there, check out their schedule, and drop them a follow when you have a chance. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit. All right, and we are back. This time with How Do We Get Here? Killing an Atmosfer survivor team on the gas heaven. And this is going to be quite exciting, as I always do enjoy some artist play. So going to be very interesting to see here what we are going to get. Artists can be very hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes they are on the ball and sometimes they go down swinging. But with that being said, we will not have to wait long to see what this artist is bringing to the table today, as we are going to see Nathan JB piling the artist, and surprise, surprise, no corrupt intervention. Survivors there on the right, but Nathan not seen. That is a huge misplay here by the artist. Not seen the survivors once, but twice there, as the Artist too focused on sending out their Dire Crows will lose a lot of early game pressure here. We do see the Artist trying to cut off the Survivor here, and they will jump into the locker to dodge the Dire Crow swarm. However, Survivor will be taking a hit here at this corner and will be moving towards the main building. Bill with the body block incoming, or at least a bit of a distraction, but Artist not going to fall for it, as the Claudette will be moving towards a tile. Bill trying desperately to gain a little bit of pressure here, and we will see another Dire Crow hit on both. It looks like Bill and the Claudette. Bill pallet stunning the Artist in the back. Dire Crows being sent out, but not in time for the hit. Artist taking a lot of time here. Keep in mind, 2 survivors currently off of gens is not a bad place for the Artist to be. However, first gen completed here is going to put the Artist in a bit of a tough position. Dire Crows being sent out will get the hit on the Bill. Beautiful play there. However, Artist potentially going to have to drop chase, as we do see a deadlock activate in the main building. Nathan looking a little bit lost here, trying to get their bearings on where to go and where these survivors might be. And we will see a Nia and an Ace coming in. Nia narrowly dodging the Dire Crow. And we will also see some more Dire Crows coming out, trying to block for the Nia. Ace taking the Dire Crows on themselves. The Artist here with a little bit of commitment issues, I feel like, as they're just unable to determine what survivor to go for and get the down. Overall, not horrible plays by the Artist. However, a little bit concerning that they have not gotten a down yet, as gens are going to be very near to completion. Bill not going into a locker there, will take a hit in the main building and will vault towards the other end. Sounds like they're moving towards the left side here. Artist taking note of that and will commit to the chase. However, Bill with a lot of distance, they're going to have to try and get this down quickly. As mentioned prior, no hooks so far. A lot of chases, a lot of injures, a lot of survivors off of gens, mind you. But so far, no downs for the Artist, as we will see the Nia coming in as well. Nia gonna be body blocking for the Bill, and looks like the Artist once again dropping chase out of the blue. It seems to me that the Artist might just be trying to spread their pressure a little bit too thin at the end of the day, as once again overcommitting to one survivor but not committing enough to get the down cleanly. Ace taking a hit, 3 survivors injured. A great place for a lot of killers to be. Bill will go down out of nowhere. Great job here by the Artist getting their first down of this match. Unfortunately, 2 gens already completed. Definitely not a great position to be in. And we're gonna see a bit of an interesting perk here. We're gonna see barbecue and chili. That is quite surprising, to say the least. You very rarely ever see barbecue and chili used in competitive play. We will see the locker jump there by the Nia, and blood at that entrance. That would suggest the Ace nearby, and sure enough, there they are. Nia taking the body block, 3 survivors injured once again, and Ace at the LT wall. Artist trying to set up for the down, but Ace going to be dodging it. That's one of the hard things about that position. It really comes down to mind games, and Artist losing a lot of distance here. I think this is where the Artist is getting a bit turned around and losing a lot of pressure. They see a noise notification, they see deadlock, they see something to suggest that survivors are elsewhere, and instead of using that knowledge and keeping it in the back of their mind, they instead go and attempt to chase it like a trapper towards a distortion pebble. We do see the Claudette dodging the Dire Crows narrowly, and looks like we will see a hit here before the pallet, though Artist, not sure they're gonna get the hit, will narrowly get it before the pallet, and we will see Artist taking some time to pressure some gens from afar, but losing the trail of the Claudette, it would seem. And just like that, the chase is over. Claudette gone into the distance, though. Looks like they are close enough here. Claudette dodging, though, will not get hit by the Dire Crow. Dropping the pallet on the wrong side, though, as the Artist will get the pickup and second down of this match. So not bad here for How Do We Get Here's killer. With only 2 gens remain, though, no survivors out of game, I am a little bit concerned, I will say, as we do see another barbecue and chili. Survivors maybe not aware of its existence. I mean, to be fair, Artist gets a lot of good intel from their Dire Crows to begin with, but you know, with barbecue and chili can almost guarantee value, as Bill will take the hit, potentially a life with some extra distance on top of which. And looks like Bill will get hit by the Dire Crows follow-up. And with this LT wall here, Artist primed for a down and will get it from afar. This here is what the Artist has needed in order to get a little bit more pressure going. Bill will end up on the hook, and we will see some more barbecue and chili information. And that is 2 survivors on that gen. I would imagine that there's no way that the survivors do not complete that unless they do not commit. Dire Crows moving off, and Artist moving back. Not committing once again, especially with now 3 survivors injured, instead opting to stick near this generator. Given the progress on the gen and these 3 gens being relatively close together, this might be the right move from the Artist if they are able to secure the Bill dying on hook. However, the 3 gen is broken, deadlock activated. The Artist is in a world of hurt here, as they no longer have a viable 3 gen, and Bill, with only 15 seconds left on the hook, these survivors need to make a conceded effort quickly, lest Bill be sent back to the campfire. Artist, though, not very patient, will end up getting down on the Claudette. Bill with the BT hit for some reason, and the adrenaline from the Claude. Well, that explains that. Amazing job there by the survivors to get the BT and adrenaline value. However, we will see no way out activating, and that there will give the Artist a little bit of time to reclaim some pressure. Only about 15 seconds or so, as the Claudette will be the 3rd unique survivor to have been hooked so far in this match. Realistically speaking, not horrible plays from the Artist. Also, correction, Claudette is the 2nd unique survivor, so no 3rd one so far. No survivor hit there off the barbecue and chili, but not horrible plays by the Artist, but unfortunately just a lot of misplays and not committing to chases throughout the match. We do see scratch marks here in the corner. There is a Nia, who I believe has been hooked all of one time prior. Artist gonna have to do something quickly here, as they would want to avoid them getting to an open exit gate. Sure enough, there is the swarm of crows applied to the Nia. Not a lot of distance here. No reason to set up the Dire Crows, though will get the down a little bit more quickly. Artist trying to follow up and see if they can get the 2K here. But if they do not pick up the Nia, they do risk the survivors getting them up here in just a few moments. Looks like a vault there potentially to activate Lithe. Time is taken down, though it looked like the timer almost paused. Potentially a kinship on the Claudette there, activating last moment. That there will be a fresh hook for the Artist, and another Barbecue and Chili giving them some information. However, Deliverance there on the Nia. Bill will take a hit, and Artist trying to identify where the Bill's gone, and Bill caught out in the middle of nowhere. This here will be a down in the comp corner, and looks like the Artist will secure the 1K6 hook here against Atmosfer's Survivor team. Artist making up a bit of the point differential in the end, though I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to allow it to be a tie match. It will be very, very close, as we will see via Barbecue and Chili, the Claudette making their way to the exit gate for the 3-man out. I believe 3 unique survivors hooked throughout the match and only 1 dead. But with that being said, GG, well played to both sides, and we now will be switching things up, as we are going to be seeing Atmosfer's Killer against How Do We Get Here's Survivor team. How Do We Get Here's back against the wall, back on their heel, as they are going to need to claim victory for set number 2 in order to tie things up and go to set number 3. Otherwise, Atmosfer will bring things to a close and claim victory in their round number 1. Well, with that being said, we are going to take a quick break, but before we do want to remind everyone here today that you here today are our sponsors. All the ads they watch, all the bits that I tip, all the subs that you buy, all support Chance of the Fog and Group B's $250 prize pool. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit. All right, and we are back. This time with Atmosfer's killer against HDWGH Survivor team. And we are going to get a bit of a Group B treat as we are going to see none other than the Demo Puppy. Group B Demogorgon is a little bit pushed as they do have access to the Lycan. So I imagine we will be seeing a lot of aura reading here today. But only time will tell to see how much value they get out of it. Without further ado, we will mention that Atmosfer will need to get a let's see, pretty much a 2K. 2K before all gens are completed will result in a draw. And a 3K will result in a win. But we will not have to wait long as the survivors, you know, just shining a flashlight at one another to start things off. And we will see the Demo Dog breaking the open wall there. It's so strange to see different strategies there on whether or not you need to break open that wall, what type of loop it then creates, if survivors utilize that opening. So it's always curious to me to see how survivors and killers play that main building with that. We will see Demo looking around, finding 3 of the 4 survivors with the Lycan, making good use of their portals. Feng Min with a very good pallet stun, but then vaulting into the Demo. Huh, that is very, very odd. But with that being said, we will see the continuation of the chase here into the main building. And we will see Liz continuing to loop here as there are 2 pallets remaining as well as the window. Looks like Liz will drop that pallet. Only 1 pallet remaining in the main building at this moment in time. Chase continuing as the Feng Min will likely go down here, but not on a pallet this time. Claudette trying to go for a body block, will get it successfully. However, looks like Feng Min still here in the main building, will end up going down before they're able to get to the window. First hook of the game here, and it looks like they will be hooking right smack dab in the middle of the map. This is a very strong hook here for the Demogorgon as they have a lot of gens surrounding them. We will see a gen highlighted in yellow here in just a second, and the Lycan coming into play. However, looks like the Demo will not need it as they teleport immediately in front of the Megan, and that will result in a kick of the gen. Still yet to be seen if that's Call of Brian or Eruption in play. Megan trying to play a little bit aggressively here, not wanting their gen to regress, and looks like Demo will just kind of take a break here, allowing for the gen to regress and putting another portal to once again get some Lycan value. They see that the Meg is no longer going to be pressuring the gen. Instead, here in this back corner, this column tile not exactly the strongest in the world, so they will have to be careful. Meg actually right next to the Demo without either one of them realizing. Demo going to be getting this down here if they're able to get the down at the window. No life, and Meg will end up going down. So looks from what I've heard here in chat appears that the flashlight at the beginning was a little bit of a bug and they did end up losing access to it. Realistically speaking, not something we're gonna reset the match for. Flashlights are not exactly the most valuable perk in the world. However, Deadlock working against the Demogorgon here as they were in the middle of kicking the gen for Call of Brine. However, not able to get much of anywhere as Liz will get caught out in the main building. A little bit of a misplay, I think, but they will get to the window in time. Though not much distance will be gained here as Demogorgon will get the down. Another gen popping off in the main building. Once again, Deadlock hitting the gen next to the hill. No Call of Brine on what appears to be a very nearly 99 gen. Lycan coming in play again. Demogorgon getting a little bit of information, though you don't need aura reading to see the Nia there in front of you. Though it looks like Demo will be camping this, wanting to get the Call of Brine applied to this generator before survivors are able to get to it to complete it in time. Nia threatening the unhook, but not committing. And looks like Demo's going to go back and forth between the hook and the generator to get as much regression as possible. Claudette with the hit. Nia with the unhook. Great teamwork there by the survivors with no save the best for last. Demo kind of left with nothing there as no 1-for-1 trade occurred, but they will look to tunnel out the Fang Min here as they do move to a already completed generator. Fang Min with the mind game. Unfortunately, Demo being wise to it will get the down at the T-wall, and we will see survivors back on that hill gen, and a decisive strike from the Fang Min. Might be 3 seconds, but 3 seconds might be enough for them to complete the gen, and sure enough, the third gen has been completed. Demogorgon with the shred on the pallet, and Fang Min with very little available to them here. Demo with the attempted shred, but not able to get to it in time. Fang Min surprisingly not going for the window, not aware that Demo lost sight of them, will end up mind gaming themselves and going down before they're able to reach the pallet in time. With the Fang Min being sent back to the campfire, it is now 3 survivors remaining with 2 gens left. It is now, let's take a look-see. It was a 1K6 hook for How Do We Get Here's Artist. Right now is a 1K4 hook for Demo. They need to get 1 fresh hook and 1 second hook in order to tie things up. Anything beyond that will result in a win for Atmosfer and them winning this match in its entirety. Another Call of Brine applied to this gen. Looks like a teleport incoming as no portals are available. And we will get some aura reading here from the Lycan. And sure enough, there's the Claudette trying to complete this generator. Demo with the cheeky vault, gaining a little bit of distance as Claudette doesn't have much to go with. The Claudette getting the vault in time and a whole lot of distance to boot. Demo chasing their tail, it would seem, as they will get another Call of Brine applied to this gen and a noise notification in the distance suggesting a survivor on the Call of Brine gen. 4th gen completed and Deadlock off in the distance. 2 survivors here at Shack, however. Looks like Neo will not take a hit as Demo will end up hitting the doorway instead. Huge play here by these survivors as Demo seems to be losing a little bit of ground. Survivors, keep in mind, will have to be very careful here as they cannot risk another survivor dying. If it is anyone, it has to be the survivor that has been on hook 1 time prior. I want to say that was the Meg. Claudette, though, getting caught up here on this tile. Demo trying to get the quick down, but will end up at the dropped pallet as Claudette will make a little bit more distance, and Demo, not sure if there was controller issues, a DC, Unfortunately, it looks like that there will secure the win for Atmosfer. It is quite unfortunate, but not much that the survivors can do when the gods of the internet decide to disconnect you from DBD. So that will be the anticlimactic 2K7 hook in favor of the Demogorgon. And at this point in time, all the demo needs to do is secure the 3K at minimum. If anything, demo could actually just do nothing and kind of sit around, but I imagine demo still wanted to have some fun. We'll go for the 4K here. Like and get a bit of information, trying to ensure that these gens are not completed with only 2 survivors remaining is very likely to be the case, as demo now looking around, seeing if they can get some information off of Killer Instinct. They are unable to do so, but they will get some like information on the Nia rather, as they'll be moving towards the main building. Not a lot of resources remaining here outside of the window vault, so Nerdette gonna have to make work with nothing, as we do hear another Colubrine activation in the distance. Demogorgon going for the shred, will get it successfully, though they do get blinded by the firecracker. Demo not needing to go for the 4K slug play. Sorry, I was just very confused, like, wait, he doesn't have any portals. What's going on here? But must have had a portal there that they had access to and will end up portaling over to the Claudette. Note that the gen almost completed, as Nerdette will pick themselves up off the ground with a unbreakable play. And looks like the Meg will now be in chase, potentially one last time. As mentioned before, Atmosfer just needing to close out the match in one way, shape, or form, and they will secure victory for not only the set, but for the match, as all they needed was the 2K6 hook in order to secure victory. And looks like we'll be moving towards the main building here. One more pallet available to these survivors before they have nothing but the window left. Demo with the attempt to tread, however, sliding off of the car. Could get some really cutesy play here by using a bit of hug tech here, but unfortunately just not able to accomplish it. You see Demo trying their hardest, but unable to do so, as they will get bloodlusted here soon, but Meg will end up going down, and knowing that Unbreakable is out of play, will end up using their Lycan to get some information on the Nerdette. Note that there will be the last gen completed. No information as far as the Lycan's concerned. However, there is a haste status effect currently active, suggesting a Noed in play. Not that the Demo Boy needs it on one down survivor as well as an injured survivor as we speak, but it will give them a little bit of value. Lycan once again coming into play, getting some information on the Nia. However, no information to be had. And looks like the Nia will be going into chase one final time, as they will get shredded down. No Unbreakables left. And that there will be the end of this match. All that could save this survivor here is a potential deliverance. Keep in mind, we have yet to see that this trial. However, with Demo camping things out and having built-in Deerstalker, I do not foresee these survivors making a last-minute hatch escape. Demo just going to do some 360 shreds to pass the time, and sure enough, there is Nerdette with the deliverance play. Keep in mind, they do have borrow time on the self unhook. Demo being very well aware of that, and just gonna wait out the 10 seconds for the down. Nia going to the comp corner, and now Demo does all but wait. Demo doing strange things. I'm not sure what. I mean, Nia does not need to leave the comp corner. For all intent and purpose, technically, the Nia could bleed out. Demo definitely has a hook available to them in multiple locations. Just maybe thinking that that they would not be able to get the Nia to a hook otherwise, but as we see here, successfully doing some. All right, with that being said, looks like we will get some ore rating here from the Lycan. We do see the Survivor set up on the hatch, however, it does seem that they will not be able to get it in time, even with the death on the hook. Takes about 15 seconds for the animation to complete and for the hatch to spawn. Though, looks like Demo, maybe thinking they get extra points for the hatch close, will close the hatch, and that there will end the match. Oh, maybe Demo trying to set up a 1v1 here. Though I appreciate the competitive spirit, I will mention that we do have to move on to the next match. So in the future, though cute when EGC does occur, let's not set up 1v1s if we can help it. Though this one ending relatively quickly. And with that being said, it looks like that there will be the end of this match. And looks like Atmosfer will take the victory here. Once again, unfortunate about the DC, but not much can be done about that. With that being said, we are going to get the next match set up here in just a moment. At the very latest, we'll be starting up at 2 p.m. CST. But for now, that there will end match number 1 of round number 1. We'll be moving into match number 2 here shortly at 2 p.m. CST, just 18 minutes from now. With that being said, GG, well played to both teams, and congratulations to Atmosfer for their round 1 victory. With that being said, as a reminder, you here today are our sponsors. All the ads that you watch, all the bits that you tip, all the subs that you buy go supporting Champions of Fog and our $250 prize pool for Group B. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit.